Hey guys, today we're gonna be reviewing some more of the new Pokemon game, Pokemon Sword, not Shield, because I don't have that. I'm not some rich millionaire that can purchase so many Pokemon games, especially at release date. Now, Pokemon Sword. It's got this pretty good dog at the front. Okay, it's got a pretty good dog, and at the back, I'll read to you what's on the back. A wild new adventure with Pokemon. You can battle to the best. And I'm not gonna do that Spanish stuff because I'm not bilingual. The kinds and likelihood of Pokemon that appear, the people you meet during your adventure, and other elements differ between Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Pokemon Sword can communicate, battle, and trade with other Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games. Let's see. It's Nintendo Switch Pro controller compatible, which I'd expect, It's kind of nice to play Pokemon with a controller. I personally prefer handheld. I'm sure all you tabletop people will enjoy controllers. Now, as you can see, the back has a couple of recognizable faces. First, here's this boy that's on the front. His name is like Zacian, which you may not know, but their names were, at first, originally very forgettable, and if I didn't pay attention to what his name was, I definitely wouldn't have remembered it if I just watched a video about it. This is B. She's the exclusive gym leader. Yeah, she's the exclusive gym leader of the game. Well, instead of the ghost type, which is for Shield. This is a Dynamax Pokemon. Which one is that? That's a Hydreigon. And then Champion Leon. And then the few starters. Anyways, so pretty much, let me just adjust the camera. So pretty much, in this game, you start out and you get to pick your starters. Your starters are of Sobble, the water-type Pokemon. Well, actually, you know what? I'll get into that in a second. First off, this game is based in Scotland, I think. And it's Scotland, I'm pretty sure, because they have a lot of Scotland accents. There's no voice acting, but you can tell it in the text. Anyways, so then you meet your rival, and then you go out to see this Wooloo trying to bust open a big old fence with tackle, and he's just rolling into it, and I think it's a great example of Einstein's definition of insanity. Which is kind of weird, because after you go and pick your starter, well, first, before you pick your starter, the champion arrives, which is your rival's brother, and he goes over to your rival's house, and is like, hey, you want some Pokemon, little boys and girls? Of course, he doesn't say that, because your rival is male, and you're whatever gender. Yeah. So yeah, you want some Pokemon? Yeah, you got 3 choices, but you can only have one on Deal or No Deal. And so you pick your starter. You have the options of Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. And Sobble's evolution, I don't like it. On the day of release, it was like the day before release, I saw a leak on something, I can't remember what it was, that revealed Sabl's final evolution, and I clicked off it almost immediately because I didn't want spoilers for the game. And that's probably why I liked it a lot more than I expected to. Like, of course I was gonna like it. It's a Pokemon game. Who doesn't like Pokemon? If anyone doesn't like Pokemon, they're probably old. And us youngins, we gotta stay away from those boomers, kids. Boomers. Boomers. And, I'm kidding. If any adults watch my channel, first of all, I may be concerned with you watching a young child. I'm above the community guidelines for YouTube. I am 13 or above, and you're watching that. But I mean, it's all right if you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, then I'm just gonna have to be creeped out. I won't be creeped out if you subscribe. Back to the story. So then you get your starter, and then you go off to a new town. But first you get introduced to the wild area, which is a big old area where you can get a variety of Pokemon. And you see, Pokemon need to be catched. There's 400 Pokemon that you can receive in this game. Now, of course, there was the whole hashtag Dexit situation where there was no national Dex, and a lot of fans really didn't like that. There's only those 400 Pokemon you could get, and that was it. You couldn't get any that was outside the normal Pokedex. But otherwise, aside from that, you go to your first town, beat a couple gyms. Oh yeah, wait. Before you go to your first town, I'm sorry, I'm doing all this from memory. I have no script. I'm not that professional. But before you go to this first town, that Woodloo that I mentioned earlier, he somehow busted open the gate, and then you, after getting your starter, go in to save it, and there's this big... Oh shoot! Did I break something? Okay. And there's this big boy, except he doesn't look like this. It's his natural form. He doesn't have the blade and everything. He's got pigtails, so he's a pigtail dog. I'm sorry. Anyways. So, after doing that, you realize you can't attack him, and then he just smokes a lot of weed and blows it in your face, and then you wake up after having a super hyper dream. And so then you go to your town, and that you beat a couple gyms, you beat 2, and I'm just starting to skip to the important stuff, because this video is getting way too long, and I'm just pandering. So, then you fight. He would be the most powerful of the 3 gym places in Monostoke, or in that area. Then you go back, and then you beat him, and then you go back to the wild area. And while this is going on, there's like a separate research of what happened, because there's this thing called the Darkest Day, and it was very unapparent what it was. The scientist of the game was trying to figure out who really stopped the Darkest Day. And at first it was a night, then it was these 2 nights, then it was these 2 dog people, which would be the other version, Shield, and I don't have that, so I can't show you what the other one looks like. Just search up Zamazenta or Zenta on Cerebi. So anyways, you go to the next town, Hammerlock. In this town, now you have to fight... Now you have to fight 4 gyms in order to face the most strongest. Then you get to go to the last place. The last city, called Windom. Wyndham? Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know. Look it up. I'm not some sort of nostalgia critic. Or I am a professional gamer, you know, I play esports. Just kidding, no I don't. Fortnite is stupid, and anyone who plays it should probably stop. Anyways, so then there's this whole, like, Victory Road kind of ordeal, except instead of Victory Road, it's this snowy mountain place that you gotta traverse, and then, I'm just gonna put this on display right there. Game review. Anyways, so then you go down there, you're like, what the heck just happened? Where am I? Did I die of hypothermia? Is this heaven? Am I dead? What? Nope. You're just in the place where the Champions Cup is held, and then you defeat your other rival. You have 3 rivals, 2 not so much rivals, and, you know, your original rival. Your original rival's name is Hop, and then you have 2 other rivals, Bede and Marnie. And so, you first have to beat Marnie, and Bede got excluded from the gym challenge. And then, so after that happened, he got excluded, and then grandma lady is like, hey Sonny, you wanna be like me? Cause I'm old and I'm close to dead. You wanna be the new gym leader, blah blah blah. And so, yeah, they go off and do that. And then you go face off Marnie, you face off Hop. No, you face off Bede, because he shows up and he's like, hey, what's up? Can I fight this dude? I want to fight him. Then you fight him, you kick his shins in. He no longer has shins. He has unattractive legs. He has to have surgery and dies. He dies. That doesn't actually happen. He doesn't die. You do break his shins a lot. He can't walk. He's in a wheelchair. He now gets to use the handicapped places at Walmart. So that's good. Then you fight Hop, because he's the last dude. And then you gotta go fight the champion, except that's tomorrow. And so you rest up, and you go for a dinner before resting up. But the champion, where is he? Not to be found. So you go to Rose Tower, where you fight Crazy Lady Scientist. And then yeah, you fight her. And then you figure out that Rose is trying to do something that Champion Leon doesn't like, and he's like, look, we can do this after the championship match, when I inevitably become not champion, and the other dude does. So he's like, no, this needs to happen now, you stupid fool. Get out of my game, except that you're the strongest person in the region as of right now. And so then, after doing that, you rest up, and it's the champion day. And right before you get to fighting the champion, what does Rose do? He awakens the monster that made the darkest day, and start Dynamax and Pokemon, making them, like, from when they were this high, and you know, all craziness. And you fight him. Then he starts to die, and he's like, no, I'm just gonna Dynamax now and be all big. And then you can't hit him, and then the wolf dudes. First of all, you went to the wolf dudes. No. Wait. Yeah. Okay. So after Eternus Awakened, you beat Rose, because he was like, I'm gonna fight you, and you're gonna die, kid. All of us are gonna die, kid. And then you go to the place where the dog was smoking crack, except he's just an illusion. Then you get a rusted sword and a rusted shield. Hop gets the rusted shield if you play sword, and you get the rusted sword. and vice versa for whichever game you get. So then, after they realize they can't attack the boys, they just kind of, I think I recorded it so I could show you if I wanted to. But, so they attack the boys, and then the boys are like, oh, we can't attack him for some reason. And so then they call upon the almighty dogs. Now, go get the video right here. So yeah, they go call upon the dogs. They just hold that thing up and they're like, "Hey, let's fight." And so when they're doing that, they just kind of see, where is it? Yeah, so this happens after they bring out the shield. The blue one is the one that was smoking. And then that happens. And then or wait, it just repeats, that's right. So yeah, they do that. Then wolf dudes come up and they kill them. They kill the big worm thing, not in one hit. There's a whole fight and you fight alongside them. They do their own moves. You can't control the dogs. And then, yeah, you fight the champion. You become the champion. And then there's this whole other part of the game that's the post-game. And I'll make that into a separate game review. Now, here's for the actual review part. Now, originally, I blazed through the entire game, or at least I blazed through the entire 8 gyms. And you kind of do that when you're playing this game. You should blaze through it. That's what I did in about 15 hours. I don't know if it might be different for you, but this time I wasn't focusing on my team a lot. And so, after you blaze through, stop texting me. After you blaze through that, then it gets more complicated. You're thinking, wow, I really gotta stop playing this game for a little bit, or at least focus on something else, because I'm gonna beat it in a matter of seconds. Beat it like it's a red-headed stepchild. It's an offensive joke, just some comedy humor here at the Joe Flosion YouTube channel. And yeah, so I think the entire finish off of the game, at first I said I might review it maybe a 6 out of 10, but after the finish off and actually playing it until the post game, I'd give it a solid 8. An 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Because I think what really happened is really close to the end game was when it really spiked in interest and lore and everything good. So that's my epic, legit food review, and I hope to see you guys in a new episode. Goodbye, have a good day, drink some water, eat some pizza rolls. Don't forget to subscribe. If you don't, I'm gonna be very sad.